cowboy
on
the steel horse I ride, and I'm wanted, dead or alive. Yeah,
cowboy on a steel horse I ride.
I'm down to cover it.
That's where we're at, man.
Good stuff.
And I'm wanted.
I had the bottle in my mouth, but yes.
much
like he did when you were. Yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Bud. It's been a year of a week.
Fucking year of a week. And now the end is near. And so we face.
What's the final curtain? Yes.
Curtain.
It was getting there.
My friends, I'll say it clear. We have 2 episodes left.
We have an episode and a half.
This isn't halfway over yet, man.
I mean, we're there. It's like if you're doing something on Sunday, you don't say I'm doing that in 3 days.
I feel bad for your sexual partners. You start, we're halfway done. Just so you know,
this is almost fucking over.
Are you done yet? Have you come yet? Because we're almost there.
You know, there's a bell to ring
where
here.
we're at, man.
Get yours before I get mine.
It's you better get in there. Ding, ding, ding. And we're done. All
Don't
right.
be mad
Good episode, guys. Good episode. All right.
I had fun. It was great.
Fuck. Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to see you, though.
It's good to see you too, buddy. It's good to see you too. You know what? You know what I need?
What do you need?
I need another sip of this tequila.
Tequila, music, vagina, good food. I feel right.
So it's like,
is that the
it's Mexican alcohol, tacos again.
Tacos, yeah. Burritos. I'm not a taco fan, to be honest. I mean,
I was using them as a euphemism.
Fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just said you're a burrito fan, which is fine, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Just saying. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, I fucked that up. There we go.
We love everybody here on Failure Made Monsters.
Love is love. Love is love.
Before I do the intro, I think it's just time to cue the music on that one. Hey.
Represent the lobby, not the people. 4 years in a sequel. The bottom line is the bottom line. They represent the full, not the hungry. The NASDAQ, not the country. The bottom line is the bottom line. They represent the greedy, not the needy and seedy backroom dealings. The bottom line is the bottom line.
Billions and billions and billions and billions.
I knew you were gonna do it. I knew it.
It's literally.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I will tell you this. It is literally the thing that gets me charged up for the show at this point.
That's it, man. This song just gets the old blood pumping.
It does what it needs
the old
to
blood
do.
pumping. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Failure Made Monsters, the podcast where we like to talk about politics, current events, and your favorite sex move. And that's where we typically ask a guest, if we have a guest, is what their signature sex move is. That's just where we're at in life. That's what quarantine has done to us. It has put everything into perspective. We take the most important things that you need to talk about, and we fucking talk about them, baby. We dig into it.
Butt ass naked.
Naked. And usually, consuming alcohol and having my wife yell at me from somewhere else in the place because, it's quarantine. It's the what?
Sorry. Best part of my day.
Yeah, I enjoy it. For those of you who don't know, I am Santino the Misfit, and this is my beautiful compatriot,
Dane Alexander, but you can call me the Great for short, though.
He is, and this is Failure Made Monsters. For all past episodes, please check out FailureMadeMonsters.com, and you can listen to the audio-only version on all major podcast networks.
Yep.
So let's dig into it. Let's talk about the news real quick, right? I think there's some pressing news. Obviously,
I mean, there's a breaking,
There's some breaking news that happened right before, and then obviously I want to dig into some more fun shit like Cyberpunk. Got to talk about that, and some gaming plans we have coming up with a friend. But for those of you who didn't
shout out Annie Cruz.
Hey girl. But yeah, for those of you who did not see this, the Supreme Court refused to let the Texas challenge go through in the court there. So didn't even bother.
Because fuck him, that's why.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the Texas AG, who is also under investigation himself, signed on to a 17 or 18 state, which is basically like a second Civil War type nonsense bullshit thingy. But they're trying to overturn the certification results of the election, and it got shut down. Texas, this is a quote Texas has not demonstrated a judicially cognizable interest in the manner in which another state conducts its elections. Because, obviously. So, yeah, that's that. And then, what else?
So wait, real quick. What? So what? Just so I'm clear, and anybody that's not, as following it. So what does that mean at this point? Does that mean, like, as far as litigation goes, dead in the fucking water, and we can stop with the nonsense, or no?
That was what they were calling, quote, the big one, and the Supreme Court wouldn't even hear the argument because there was no argument. That was the one Ted Cruz said he'd show up in court for. It's the one that Trump was calling. He wanted to call that chick who was seemingly drunk next to who Giuliani was telling to stop, the ponytail girl. Who, by the way, apparently, she's an ex dancer. Do you hear that? And
I did. Did you hear what she said about when they were like they had an interview with her, and she's like, they were accusing her of being drunk for the testimony, and she's like, that's just my personality. I'm like, you get how that's worse, yeah? You get that? You get how that doesn't make it better, right? All right.
Dude, I don't know, man. I just keep thinking, like, where did Giuliani meet her?
Bro.
You know what I mean? But
hotel room.
Nothing against dancers and shit too. Not at all a dig at sex workers of any kind.
Right. No,
it's not at all. Big fan.
Big fan. Love what you do. Keep doing it.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, it's just a shit show, man. And I was gonna say, we didn't talk about this last week. I didn't realize it, but when I think we showed a clip of the same woman in court, biting her lips, smacking her chops, doing the whole fucking thing. And apparently the whole time, I know this is a week late, and most of y'all probably already know this, but apparently during this same thing, I didn't hear it then, but apparently Rudy Giuliani was farting the whole fucking time.
Dude, I saw that shit.
Did you see that? Yeah,
I saw that shit.
Hilarious. And then
like mid talking and just kept talking.
But he even kind of like, he's like, yeah, your honor, you can see him squeeze it out. Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
There was a girl sitting next to him that, like, every time he would do it, whether he's talking or not, would just like shoot a look at him like, what the
To be fair, she had that look on her face like the entire time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be fair. If I were sitting next to Rudy Giuliani, I would also have that look on my face the entire time.
For so many reasons.
How did I get here?
Why is this life right now?
It's nuts, dude. On the same issue of the slow-moving coup, I just saw this today. Conservative radio host Rush Limbaugh said on Wednesday that, quote, there cannot be a peaceful coexistence, end quote, between liberals and conservatives, and right-leaning states are, quote, trending towards secession.
What?
Yeah, that's a real thing that Rush Limbaugh said. So
why would you
there's
say
that's
that?
where we're at. Luckily, as I heard a friend of mine who's an attorney say earlier, that a lot of lawyers grow up to be judges. So they actually uphold the fucking law. They know it, and none of these things are. They're throwing all these ridiculous court cases right out the window, man.
That's some real incendiary shit to fucking say with a platform as big as his is.
Yeah,
even he should know better than some shit like that. Wow.
I got nothing, man. I mean, at this point, there were 17 states who signed on to that fucking lawsuit, trying to overturn an actual election in the United States of America, to undo the certification of 4 states that aren't theirs.
That's really fucking
insanity.
Mind-boggling.
It's insanity.
And here's the other thing. Behind Trump, okay, look. You could have done that shit. You could have done that for Bush. I feel like it would have made more sense to try to do some shit like that.
I mean, if the only time I understand what you're saying, but the only time it ever makes sense is if you're anti-democracy and pro-autocracy.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
You want to prop up a dictator? Sure.
Love fascism. Love it.
Right?
Let's do that.
They're wondering why fucking quote Antifa was in the streets. Like, y'all motherfuckers, what happened if one of these stupid fucking cases actually caught any real traction?
Yo,
I'm just saying.
Like they're playing with shit. They're playing with shit. I don't want to. You know what? Nope. No, I'm not gonna.
Let's not give it any more.
Take that. Yes, I'm not gonna take that low hanging fruit.
No, I hear you.
Amicably moving forward.
What else? Well, let's just get all the political bullshit out of the way, and there's a bunch of other good stuff and coronavirus news and all that stuff, and then we'll start talking about whatever nonsense we feel like and whatever everybody wants to talk about in the chat. But I saw something today. The EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, declined to strengthen controls on industrial soot emissions. The move defying scientific research, including, ready for this, from the agency's own public health experts about the link between the pollutants and respiratory illness. This is the administration and the people we're propping up. What the fuck is going on in the world today?
Well, because money and more money.
Yeah, well, it's like, but the people who's seeing the money, because it's not the half of the country that voted.
Doesn't matter. They're not the ones that are supposed to.
It's what I'm saying. So why do we keep large motherfuckers?
It's the large scale conglomerates that have enough power and enough money to already present laws and regulations to the government to ensure that they continue to make money, and you don't. That's kind of how that works.
Here, hang on, let me do it again. Fuck. No, actually, so if you haven't, and I don't want to ruin anything. No spoilers here. You haven't played Cyberpunk, right? Yeah.
No, I've not.
2077. I just started playing it, and there's this. Let's just generally speaking, it seems as though corporations basically run the world in the future that is Cyberpunk. 2077 in Night City, and they're basically nations of sorts. Like they have that kind of level of power, and I'm like, that doesn't even seem like fantasy anymore. It just seems like where we're trying to.
Isn't that kind of what the plot for what was that? Harrison Ford Blade Runner wasn't that kind of that?
I think it's a cyberpunk ish. It's a cyberpunk trope.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair enough.
It's just fucking crazy when these scientific fantasy turns into like a fucking tarot card reading. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Let's talk about some good news. They started. Did you see the little old lady, 90 years old in the UK, finally got the first vaccine for the coronavirus?
I did see that, and she got it so that she could show that she would get it, and hopefully other people would get it.
And then the second guy, in true English fashion, who got it, his name was William Shakespeare.
Oh.
So that's a true story that actually happened, and as a result of this, one of the late night comedians made a joke. He's like, that's the English version of Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
And I never, until that moment, realized that Michael B. Jordan's name was Michael Jordan.
Really?
Somehow that managed to completely escape.
No way. Really?
Swear I'm
Yeah, that's kind of
had no idea, and that's what I took away from this wonderful news. Is that Michael B. Jordan's name?
I do want to before we leave solemn melancholy news. R.I.P. Tiny Lister, whatever. Debo. Passed
Really?
Away. Yeah, 62.
I didn't know that.
62 years old, passed away.
Oh, that's terrible.
I think I had seen some footage recently, like maybe like a month or two ago. He did not look well. I think it might have been like cancer, like he'd been dealing with it, or something. Like it was. I don't feel like it was just all of a sudden anything. I think it was just like.
Oh yeah, he did. Dead at 62 after apparently experiencing COVID-19 symptoms.
Oh, that might have been a thing then. Because they hadn't released cause of death yet when I saw it.
He vowed to take the COVID vaccine days before he died of the virus.
Son of a bitch, he died of COVID.
That's what this says. Oh, that's fucking terrible.
I mean, but I will say this: he was still unwell. Which is why, beforehand, and I think that's why,
pre-existing conditions obviously. A thing, and I just saw we just cracked 3,000 deaths in a single day. What else? I feel obviously the news came out this week that Trump had the opportunity to purchase a bunch of the vaccines ahead of time.
Like
amount from Pfizer,
200 plus million that he didn't go for. Some shit.
Do, so that so other countries are probably going to end up getting more of it before us, and blah 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 blah. Let's see what else. The vaccines will be much less effective at preventing death and illness in 2021 if they are introduced into a population where the coronavirus is raging, according to the New York Times. So, wear a mask. You know what's real quick on this. I just gotta say this because like I saw this argument again in the middle of all this. You go online, people are talking about why are people still supporting Donald Trump even though he clearly lost, and then there's all these people just he's pro freedom and blah blah blah, and he handled the one thing that just boggles my mind is when they're saying how well he handled the pandemic, like how well he's handled this. It's mind shatteringly stupid.
Insult to injury.
Yeah, because like I mean, and the argument here too is like it's funny. Like, all right, so if he had just in the beginning, because we know he didn't say wear a mask, he actively promoted the fact that he didn't. Yeah, like he went out of his way to be the only motherfucker in the room without a goddamn mask on, and he even went to that plant once and wore just the glasses, but wouldn't wear the fucking mask. He just wore the eye protection shit. Yeah, you know, and it's like. We at the end of the day, right? The people on the left or whatever, liberals or whatever, they were always going to wear a mask.
Yeah,
it was him talking to his base to get the other half of the country on board with the "let's wear a mask" plan.
Now, I'm not a person to wish bad on anyone.
But
Giuliani getting fucking COVID,
dude. Hilarious. Jenna Ellis got it too.
Bro, but then they started yes, and then they start showing all the footage of him like wiping his sweat and wiping people and shit. You're just like, you're fucking ridiculous, stupid shit.
Absolutely nasty. Willie Irwin in the comments wants to know, what up, Willie? How do you think Trump? Willie's good people. Shout out to Willie, who also makes a cameo in the movie Bully. Yeah, so he goes, how do you think Trump will fare with his legal issues after he gets the boot? This is a conversation we've actually had in a past episode. I personally, I'm banking on the DA in New York actually coming down on the Trump family because he's been going after them for a while. I know you don't think it's going to happen, but
no, he'll be fine.
I'm banking on that. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's if I had to rest my my hopes on any one person, it's the guy who's been going after them since years before Trump and the family were even in the White House.
What's the bitch's name? The fucking pedophile bitch that they were supposedly going after for so fucking long that they stopped.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, you notice how you ain't heard shit about that?
She just disappeared.
Bro, watch her be fucking fine.
I heard she got. The only last time I heard about her is that I think they said she got COVID or some shit, and that's the last time I heard about her.
She'll be fucking fine, bro.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. The rich and powerful have a tendency to stay rich and powerful.
Well, we'll see. I mean, like to be fair, right? A lot of people have been saying the reason that Trump's been grasping at straws here is because he's afraid of what's going to happen, and he's even. Yeah. You know what's another interesting thing too is there's been there's a whole myriad of times where like this evidence of seeing Trump say the thing he's going to do, but he says it like he floats it first.
No.
You know what I mean? He said it a bunch of times, like, oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, I should probably try and do that. I mean, short of shooting somebody on Fifth Ave, like he's done a lot of the things he said he's going to do. And one of the things he said he was going to do, other than retire to Florida and just like say he did a good job, which seems plausible as well, is that he'd leave the country if he lost. You remember that? And the people was like comedians were having a field day with that. And I was like, man, that's a very specific thing.
We'd love it.
I wonder why.
I bet he'd go to Russia.
I'm saying I wonder why though. Maybe because you can't, you go somewhere where you can't be
extradited. Probably. Extradited. Probably.
Executed.
Extradited.
I think no extradition.
And also
where you can be executed.
Also executed.
Oh man.
Fuck. But wait. I know I'm skipping, but I want to go back to something.
Sorry. So do you see this? Devin Nunes has COVID now too.
What?
Shock.
Horror. I'm amazed that this happened. Oh my God. How are we ever going to move forward and live as a country united when this stuff keeps happening?
I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you going to say, Dave?
No, you're good. So you've played Cyberpunk, right?
I did. I've been able to dabble a bit in the last couple days in between work and shit.
Do you like it?
I do. I genuinely do. But I'm on PC.
See, I've been really, really excited for it. I watched the making of it, how they got motorcycle sounds from what's his name's actual motorcycle company. Keanu Reeves pulls out bikes and they recorded it to like build the sound profile for the bikes, and I was like, oh shit, there's gonna be my motorcycles in it. That's awesome. And then I saw it was fucking first person, bro.
Yeah, I'm an FPS guy, so that's like a super preference for me. I hate third person games.
I like being able to see my fucking guy. I want to see what he's doing. I don't know.
I want to be able to see what I'm doing as playing the guy, especially in a game where there's a lot of like shooting. and there's a lot of shooting in this game.
When I'm a kid, right, and anybody who was a kid like me, there were two gamers, right? There was like the Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy type motherfuckers, and then there was the
GoldenEye.
Wolfenstein, Doom, fucking
GoldenEye, baby.
And I could do both, but I never got into that. I never got into like, because I'm like, it doesn't feel like I would never be walking with my hands like this.
Yeah, but you to be fair, you wouldn't be running around with a sword the size of your body either.
Yeah, but if I did, I'd put it on my
sleeve. Yeah, but video logic only applies to my argument.
I wouldn't just hold it. Like, I don't know. It just always it takes me out of it when I'm imagining this dude.
Does not bother me at all. And to be fair, the hands actually do go down in Cyberpunk too, if you're not in melee mode. So if you're not ready to fight, they're down.
The closest I ever came to it was Dead Space. Dead Space.
I played Dead Space.
Look, I don't care how long it's been. I don't care if the graphics don't hold up to whatever exists now. You need to go back and you need to play that fucking game.
I'll totally do that.
It's got to be for PC, and I guarantee you'll probably beat it in a couple of days.
Add that to the list of fucking games I haven't played that everyone tells me I need to play.
True.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, like 9 times out of 10, if it's not like an online multiplayer shooter like Call of Duty, Overwatch, something like that, or Apex Legends, I don't. Really?
All right. So yeah,
they don't hold my interest. That's why I mean, like, I wasn't even like, people are like, oh man, if you're gonna love Cyberpunk, especially if you love GTA, and I'm like, GTA was boring to me. Like, it was fun for like a day, and then the novelty of punching a hooker and stealing a car like is worn off real fast.
Make money and shit. I was pulling moves and shit.
It's so fucking like I was trying to do that shit in real life. So minus the punching hookers and stealing cars thing, but
yeah, you don't punch them.
Only a couple of hookers got punched in real life. Okay.
You know what's weird is like when I would play GTA, I was like, it's his fucking whatever little known fact story time. I fucking
story time.
I never did any of the fucked up shit. Like even when you got the like, what should you do? Should you like kill the person or da da da?
Yeah.
I would always pick like the good guy thing.
I always do. I feel bad when I accidentally like run over a pedestrian.
Oh, seriously? Like, I'll take your car. Don't get me fucked
up. 1,000%.
I'm not gonna like sit there and gun blast you in the middle of the street just because I can.
Absolutely not. And in this one, you can have a katana too, so you can like literally like dismember motherfuckers and shit. And it's like, I don't want to do that to some random schmuck on the street. Like, that's just this is a great game for sociopaths, right?
Okay.
Go have a blast with it. But
it's like if Grand Theft Auto was first person, kind of.
Yes.
Kind of.
But with a great narrative. I don't remember if GTA had a great narrative or if it was just about the world.
It's a good narrative, but it's not like as immersive. It's
more the narrative in this is awesome. And the graphics on PC are fucking dope. I'm having a couple issues. I have to update my driver, so like trees are showing through streets and shit. But I mean, like the reflections and lights and all that crap, and custom characters, and even like just the skin detail and all is fucking wild.
There's a setting. I was watching the breakdown for fucking the Miles Morales game, and they were talking about how like you can put the setting on. It's like extra fucking whatever detailed, and you can see everything from reflections in the windows to reflections in puddles and
ray tracing is nuts, dude. The amount of detail you see in this shit with these new games is it's incredible. I can't wait till what's that?
I don't know what ray tracing is.
It's what they use for like light particles and shadows and all that type of shit. It's one of the new terminologies for how they display these things in using the GPUs. Yeah, these new ones that are coming out and shit, like the new GeForce 3000 series and shit in the computers and shit. And that's why, I mean, I think whatever. I think that's why the new gen consoles are supposed to be able to support shit like that. That's why the graphics should be like awesome. Because I saw something earlier today in Cyberpunk on a PS4 and it looked like a Lego game.
Yeah,
like it was bad.
I mean, I was pretty impressed with some of the later stuff that's come out for the PS4. So I'm once they have PS5s in fucking stock, I'm definitely gonna get it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So in a year from now, you'll have one.
Seriously. Fuck. And Mark fucking he pre-recorded his or pre-ordered his, and I should have done it whatever. I don't want to talk about it.
That's all good, man. No, Willie, to our conversation before about Trump, said that he's shitting bricks. He said sitting and he corrected himself, but shitting bricks as to why he wants to pardon himself as if that's even possible. Yeah, I saw they were talking about preemptive pardons and all this shit. And there's just people trying to ask for pardons, and now there's an FBI investigation into people who were trying to bribe the White House officials for pardons, and it's like a whole fucking thing. Innocent people don't throw around pardons like fucking, like Werther's Originals and Grandpa's house. It's just not a thing. That's weird. If you don't know, I mean, at this point, first off, if you're watching this show and you've ever watched the show or you know anything about Dane and I, you know where we stand on this issue. But like equally as obvious as our position is to me, and I think to Dane, it's as obvious as it's just as obvious that this is all completely fucked. And you got guilty, dumb people trying to get themselves out of trouble, and they're still like taking $70 million along for a ride. It's a wild thing
because they're cunts,
man, absolute cunts. I mean, like,
just wanted to shout out Bailey real quick. Thanks, Bailey. I'm not a nerd. He is.
Oh, Bailey in the comments. I'm living for this nerdy ass video game talk. Yo, I will talk video games all day, and this is a good segue to mention this. We prefaced it in the intro. We will be streaming on Twitch next week with Annie Cruz, Frankie Ray, a friend of ours. She's a friend of the show. She's been a guest in the past. Check her out at Annie Cruz. But yeah, we're gonna stream some Call of Duty Warzone with her, and I think she's gonna be our guest next Friday as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
I miss her. I haven't talked to her in a little while, so
we gotta confirm that. But yeah,
random. Oh, super random. I'm sorry. Big Mouth. Have you seen the new season? Do you watch Big Mouth?
I started the first half. We've seen like the first half of it. Yeah. It is. They. I don't want no spoilers, but they went even further, because you remember there was the one girl, the one lady Missy.
who voiced.
I know. I already know where it's. I already know what's coming. And I've seen part of it.
Bro, it is. Yeah. It's so well fucking done. That like they finally like start to touch on the inclusion. I don't want to.
Yeah.
If you've seen the first episode, then you've seen the trans episode.
I've seen like the first like four. Yeah, I've seen like the first 4 or 5, and like the giant pad in the pool and the whole fucking thing, and like they go nuts on this show.
Love what they're doing. Like I was telling one of my friends yesterday, whatever, whenever they were here, fucking. It would be awesome if that was like something you had to watch or could watch in health class at like 13. You know what I'm saying? Like even if
13-year-old me needed Maury and his dicks.
Like it just makes it makes it okay, and it lets you know, yo, you're not the only one that's fucking
don't do all this shit. Yeah,
crazy ass thoughts about fucking whatever walk towards you.
I don't care what anyone. The hormone monster is one of the greatest inventions in all cartoon history.
Oh yes, he's no. The shit that comes out of his mouth, and the
hormone monstrous too.
The hormone monstrous,
she's amazing. I love what? And Thandie Newton's character too. Yeah, she's Missy's hormone monstrous.
Missy's hormone. Oh, I love her. The one with the knife for a tail. Yeah.
Yeah. You know who she is, right?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Oh, yeah. You seen Westworld?
No.
Oh, she's phenomenal actress, dude. She's one of the leads in Westworld.
Oh, okay. Does she look like that? Like, does her head kind of look like?
She's not like that. She's not as punk rock looking.
Okay. All right.
Well, no. She's more like sophisticated London looking something. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe her. She's good looking gal, but she's British as shit and she plays that character. That's awesome.
I watch Westworld? Is that a thing? Should I do that?
What's that?
Watch Westworld?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. But first, did you watch The Mandalorian?
I haven't seen it yet.
Fuck, bro. I want to talk to you about this. God damn it.
I saw the first season. I haven't seen the second season yet. Don't say nothing.
It's so fucking
I'm not caught up yet. I haven't had a chance, man. I barely had enough time to play this fucking Cyberpunk shit I bought. It was great.
You play that as the fucking... That's not VR, right?
Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
No, I wish. I've been still getting that in a little bit here with this bad boy.
Damn.
I love this fucking thing.
Play that thing.
If anybody on here is in VR and you use VR chat, let me know. Like, I've only popped in there a handful of times with a couple friends, but that shit is ridiculous. If you want a good laugh, go on there. Or if you're stuck at home like I am and you want to find some facsimile of the outside world, This is not a great alternative, but it's an alternative.
And Willie, no, he's PC. I'm PS.
Oh, Willie's asking in the comments, do you guys play any of the next generation box? No, not yet. I'm formerly Xbox until a few months ago, now all PC.
I build those. I saw fucking what's his name, Henry Cavill build his, and it looked fucking dope. I was like,
what,
shit.
PC build?
Yeah, it was fucking crazy,
dude. I'm all fucking about it. I put it off for a long time because I was all PC when I was in my teens, and then I got into Xbox, and it was just I was moving around and traveling so much, and I just had a Mac laptop and an Xbox in a case, so it was a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I would play, I was playing Rainbow Six and shit on Xbox. That's really all I played. But then I wanted to get a VR rig. I wanted to start playing with some friends, and all my friends, like, everyone's an adult now with disposable income. They're like, yo, I need a gaming PC, and I'm like, you motherfucker, like, all right, sure, I'll get one.
I don't know.
So that, and I got this baller ass monitor that I use all the time.
Work though.
What's up?
A lot of work.
Nah, do you have to build it yourself?
I would not build it myself.
Nah, dude. Shout out avadirect.com. Shout the fuck out, avadirect.com.
All right then. Fuck it.
Dude, I just put everything together on a website, and then they put everything together on site and send it to me.
Yeah.
What's that?
You said they put it all together for you?
Yeah, dude, and the cost was like almost negligibly different than the parts.
I mean, whatever.
It was awesome.
Thanks, PS5. Awesome. Thanks, Sony.
Yeah, I'm fucking good. Like consoles and shit, I'm all right, dude. The only thing is getting used to the controls again, because it's not like
I like those joysticks that computers have.
But that's why I got the Azeron I showed you, that crazy.
Oh yeah,
there's a thumbstick on it, like a controller. And I mean, dude, it took me like a week or so to get used to it. It's not fun. I was way more worried about it being a fucking thing. And I'll tell you right now, aiming with a mouse and an FPS, infinitely better.
Oh wait, and also when I was talking about who was that? I was talking about fucking Big Mouth with my homegirl who was here. And I asked her about what had happened. Remember, I was telling you about the Pornhub thing that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
So did you hear what happened with Pornhub?
No.
Oh, sir.
What happened?
Fucking Visa and MasterCard have announced that they're no longer going to do business with Pornhub. Because apparently the New York Times just did a fucking story on Pornhub. They had a video of an underage young girl being raped that was uploaded to their fucking platform. And so when that came out, they like went into overdrive, putting all these regulations down. Like, you can't upload any more videos. You can't download videos. Blah,
Users can upload shit to Pornhub, though. It's like YouTube for porn, isn't it?
Right. But they changed all that because of what happened. Because why did Visa and MasterCard bail, though? Because that happened. Because that was on their site. Doesn't matter that
their fault.
It is, because they should have been scraping for it. You're talking about like, so this was an like it
How
wasn't
many videos do you think it uploaded to Pornhub?
No, this was not just a video. This was like a girl being raped. So you should definitely have some kind of.
Hang on? Let me ask you a quick question. Are you going to stop using Pornhub?
I don't use it. I never used Pornhub. Shout out X videos.
What? All right. First off, let's be real here. X videos is where you go if you feeling some type of extra frisky, because they got some shit on there that'll both. They got some great stuff on there, and then they got some stuff in the same feed that'll completely shut everything down real quick.
Yeah. But no, it's so, and that was my thing. Like, okay, so I was like, okay, regulations, I get it. But like, and that wasn't even the only thing. That was just the most egregious thing that was on the site. So they were like, so, I mean, they're a credit card. Of course, they're going to be like, fuck, we're distancing ourselves from this whole travesty immediately, because it's going to be a fucking problem, especially now, especially with like things being how they are. So OnlyFans is about to have a real fucking good day.
No, Bitcoin's about to have a real good fucking day, and PayPal's about to have a real good fucking day. You think motherfuckers are going to stop using Pornhub because they can't put it on their Visa when there's literally alternatives?
But if PayPal can block what it's being spent on, if it comes through to Visa, if the charge comes through to Visa as an OnlyFans charge, it's gonna.
It won't. It shows up as PayPal.
I don't know. Mine don't.
Yeah,
when I order through PayPal, it still hits my Visa.
Yeah, but the Visa doesn't say what the order is for. It just says the PayPal charge.
You're talking debit cards. You're talking like that definitely throws a kink in the whole
See what you did there.
in the whole kind of situation, they're gonna
dude. I mean, that could it would be
a lot of business.
That would be crippling for most businesses.
I think it's going to be pretty detrimental to their bottom line as well. I think it's not going to kill them, but they're definitely going to feel that.
I feel like as far as big companies go, especially in porn, I feel like Pornhub's done a lot of from what I recall, they're usually fairly socially aware and put toward good causes and hold on real quick. Breaking news. Oh fuck, it just popped up my screen, but apparently the US authorized its first vaccine in the United States.
Oh, nice.
Well, so that's interesting. Literally just popped up on my screen while we were talking.
See who,
I have no further details because it didn't want me to click.
Let's see who takes it.
Anywho, Willie wants to know, back to the other topic, PC plays, what's the difference? Graphics, biggest thing. Graphics, the biggest thing. Aim, if you play FPS, because aiming with a mouse versus aiming with a joystick is a completely different ball game. More. And then I find that I don't know, in my experience anyway, you're usually playing with like more of your ilk on PC than you are with like little kids screaming and shit.
Ilk.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
All right.
All right, let me rephrase that. There's more old motherfuckers on there.
There you go. There you go.
PCs are a little bit more expensive, so not as many kids. So I find like, unless you're talking about games that are, cross-platform, then it's mixed bag anyway. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, the graphics are the big thing. Early release for shit like us. I got Cyberpunk a day before it came out. Not that that's a big deal, but if you care, you care. But is
it out for the console? Oh no, it did December 10th. I was just wondering.
Yeah, December 10th. They came out. I got it on the 9th. I didn't even know that. My buddy was like, "Yo, I'm playing Cyberpunk." I was like, "Wait, what?" Go and get it. All right. But yeah, if I shout Mike Lowther, he's been a guest on the show.
Sorry, I'm just like hating on you,
man.
Hating on you.
What was I gonna say? What else? Fucking Bailey wants to know our thoughts on all the Marvel drops. She's living for the new shows and movies.
Don't know them.
I saw a couple. I didn't watch it, but I saw that they posted something about Tom Hiddleston as Loki, which I'm all fucking about.
Oh yeah, he got away, right?
What's up?
He got away, right?
I don't know exactly how they're doing it. Yeah, I mean, I think alternate reality version of him did, but future him definitely died.
Yeah, future him died, but not alternate reality version, but just past him.
No, well, because I think didn't they say that the how did they? I can't remember how they did it, but wasn't the past an alternate reality version of them? Not past. It's not the same one.
Oh, is that? I mean, I guess, but he's still him in the past. I don't know. It's not. It's an alternate reality now, I suppose. Now that he took it and dipped.
Yeah, I mean, for the sake of the story, you're going to treat him as exactly the same character who just didn't experience all the same shit after the first Avengers,
right?
Which is interesting too, I guess. But either way, Tom Hiddleston is Loki. I'm fucking here for it, and I'm glad they didn't kill him off completely. So that's cool. And I saw they posted something about Hawkeye, and I saw a picture, and it looked like a spoof. But wait, it looked fake. It looked bad.
Did you also hear that they're?
But I like Renner.
DC's gonna have a fucking black Batman.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's like literally it's about to come out.
Really?
Officially, yeah.
What happened? They didn't go with Terry. Why not Terry McGinnis in the?
I don't think it's the movie. First of all,
no. Well, I thought they were talking. Wait, all right, so maybe I'm confusing the chatter here, but I heard they were talking about doing Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton as old Bruce Wayne.
No. You're thinking movie. I'm talking comics.
Oh, they're gonna. Oh, I thought you were talking TV.
No. As the comic, DC reveals Tim Fox will be the Black Batman in Future State.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah,
the fact that it took this fucking long. Nice.
I mean, it's like. Let me ask your opinion on this. I'm curious.
Go for it.
Recasting existing characters versus creating new ones that are like when they made Thor a woman and they've they've changed it, because I know they did it with like Green Lantern. Made sense because Green Lantern is like a core. It's not a single character. It's like a group of people. So, but like changing existing characters and I don't mean changing them just for the sake of changing ethnicity. I mean, literally, they're like a different person with the same mantle.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, what's your opinion on them doing that as opposed to just trying to create like original characters?
I think creating original characters great and all. I also think that changing existing characters is great and all because they're not real.
Do they?
They're not real. They could be whatever you want them to be.
Yeah, no, that's not the argument. I'm not arguing against changing them. I'm saying like, why aren't they creating more new original characters?
When it comes to something
honestly, I have no strong opinion either way. I'm just curious what you think about it.
When it comes to something like a Batman or a Spider-Man, I think that a lot of that is because those characters are such a staple. They have such a popularity that they're going to garner a certain kind of attention.
Good point.
That should also be there as representation for whoever the fuck, however you want to make. But whereas if you make like hey, here's Black Rob. They always
Black Adam.
They always do that. They always be like, Black Nick Cage or whatever. And it's like they have
Black Panther and Black Adam.
Do that. But yeah, so it's like if they do that, those offshoots, it's like, yeah, maybe they garner that kind of popularity, maybe, or maybe you just never hear about them and they just kind of fade out and there was no point in doing it. So I don't know. I mean, there's an argument for kind of both ways. I don't think it takes anything away from the character.
Me neither. I mean, because it's already been proven that you can take a character like, as for instance, what I was just saying with Terry McGinnis being Batman Beyond, like futuristic Batman. That's not Bruce Wayne anymore, but it's still a Batman. Miles Morales, another good example where you have another one. And nothing against it whatsoever. It's just weird to me that I feel because, like, especially after the popularity of Black Panther, you're like, all right, proof there's an audience here for this, right?
Yeah.
So why isn't there like? I mean, maybe there is, and I'm just unaware of it. But like, why isn't there just some big fucking plan to do this? Because I know they're doing it with who's the new Asian superhero in the Marvel staple, the new Marvel film. No, it's like it's not Iron Fist.
Oh, you know what? I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name. Fuck.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I just saw like a commercial on YouTube for it the other day. Fuck, but I can't remember.
It's Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
There you go.
I genuinely don't know the answer to this. Was Shang-Chi, I'm assuming, is he pulled from like 30-year-old comics? Or is that something that came within the last like 5-10 years, like a new thing? And they're like, all right, fuck yeah, this is cool. Like, this is different. Let's build up a new character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or everything they're pulling from like source material from like decades ago.
Yeah, I think it's that. I think they're pulling from like old characters.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, even Guardians of the Galaxy is like, I would have thought at the time that was a new property. And it was actually an old ass fucking comic book I just never heard of my entire life.
I was a super big fan of it, actually.
Were you really?
I was dude. I loved Rocket. Like when it came out, I was like, "Oh shit, the raccoon with the big gun!" Like you
talking about the comics?
Yeah.
Hang on, real quick, because I don't get to do this too often. Nerd.
Whatever.
How do you like it?
I will say, yeah. I'll own that. Like I nerd the fuck out when it comes to like comic book and comic book lore. Like I'm the guy. I will sit there and I will watch YouTube breakdowns of like the most powerful evil beings in Marvel universe.
I'd be completely lying if I said I hadn't watched a couple of those. And I've also done the same for anime characters.
They're interesting. It's an interesting watch. That's what
I'm with you. I'm with you. All I have to say is, pretty sure there are more anime characters who would crush everybody in the DC and Marvel universe combined. But
I mean, obviously. By the way, you need to check your TikTok because I sent you a few like breakdowns of shit. Like,
shit, I haven't been on TikTok, and I think the only 2 times I've been on is because you sent me something in the last like 2 weeks.
I'm that guy sending TikTok videos.
I'm cool with it. So Bailey in the comments, Falcon takes up Cap's shield. Yeah, and so
that happened.
And then, I did hear this about Black Panther, Shuri becoming Black Panther after Chadwick's passing.
Is that confirmed? That's not confirmed.
I don't know.
I'd be here for it.
Yeah.
She's a natural like choice. Like the next.
It makes sense. It makes sense for the story, but it is. I did see the argument against it because you didn't get to go through
her life.
His character's story arc yet all the way. So there's still a lot of story. So not Chadwick himself, but the T'Challa's T'Challa, right?
Yeah.
I always call him fucking Black Panther. T'Challa's actual story arc apparently, and I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about. I've never read the comics, but apparently he's got a lot more meat on his story as a character.
Yeah.
That is going to be left completely on the table now because Chadwick passed, as opposed to potentially recasting him.
Right. Oh, so they could just go back in time, type of shit.
Oh no, like literally use and just it wouldn't be that, like, you know, fucking what's his face? They did it with Don Cheadle, right?
Yeah,
straight up new actor, same character, so that you could continue that character's arc.
But Ron Howard didn't die though. You feel me? It's like how they did it.
Wait, Ron Howard. Terrence Howard.
What the fuck? Who that?
I'm
Ron
like,
Howard.
What?
Oh, the director, is that Opie?
Yo, can we put Opie in an Iron Man outfit right now? Can we do that?
I would love to fucking see it. No, but he didn't die. Like when they try to do that shit when they die, like anytime around making the film or with the film during the film, like The Crow. Imagine that. Like, I don't know.
But they did. It just bombed. But they did recast The Crow.
All 5 of them.
They did. Yeah. God, which is insane. I mean, to be fair, I saw the first one for the first time within the last couple of years, and it's not. I don't like it.
You saw which one?
I saw the first Crow for the first time only within the last few years, and I did not think it was good. I have no problem saying that. I might hold the same opinion about The Lost Boys. So not a good movie.
We're gonna strike that from the record. Shit like that.
The fuck we are.
That will test the relationship that we have.
No, it's not that good. It wasn't that good. It just wasn't.
So I'm gonna keep it moving. I didn't like this. I didn't like the sequels either.
Did you like The Lost Boys?
I didn't like the sequels either. I hated those movies. Actually, I love The Lost Boys.
Do you like Lost Boys?
Love it.
Because everyone, I've gone. I watched it with you, yeah. Like a couple of my wife, she goes, "You didn't watch it till you were in your 30s, though." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks for me old." No, I agree, but I've watched Sandlot since, and that shit still holds up.
You shut your fucking mouth. The Crow is a fucking masterpiece. Anyway, you're right.
Good.
We were talking about The Lost Boys.
Good. I don't remember if it was good.
The Lost Boys. It's good. The Lost Boys is aesthetically pleasing for like vampires.
Yeah, I love vampire shit. I always have. I know you do.
I don't like
the reason I even watched The Lost Boys is because I went the last like 10 years of people telling me I look like I'm from the fucking Lost Boys for one reason or another, with the makeup and the outfits and the trench coats and all types of shit. I get it. Especially when I started wearing fucking like dangling earrings and shit.
Also like murdering people and drinking their blood. Yeah, we know.
I mean, that's 1,000% something I do. And I like to hang out before we fall for a long time under a bridge or whatever the fuck it was for no reason.
Oh, that's not what they did. No, fuck you. Come on. Don't shit on that scene. That was a great scene. It was like a test to see if he was like badass enough to join the fucking squad, bro. Get the fuck out of here. He was like getting jumped in.
I'm just got a quick question. What makes that badass for the vampires to do when they're immortal and can fall from that height?
I mean, they knew they would be fine, but they were trying to fuck with him to see if he like would.
And that's the test is, hey, will you hang off of this bridge?
Look, man.
Of all the things that vampires would do,
you're going at it with an adult mind.
I'm coming at it with nobody thinks that's scary except for a mortal.
When you're fucking 12 and you've never seen anything like this.
Fair, yeah, fair.
And you see them do that shit, you're like, yo, that's some pretty intense shit. I wouldn't fucking do that. Like, it was you know what? Fuck you, man. Fuck you, bro. I love that scene. That scene, the dirt bike scene, fucking.
As far as I'm concerned,
in the purple pants with the chain.
I was just gonna say this. The best part of that movie is the purple pants, shirtless saxophone guy with the fire.
That dude's a legend.
Part of the movie. That is the most. That scene right there encapsulates the whole film in what era this movie was from. Somebody thought this is a good idea.
They were
not only does he need to be there, he needs to be front and center of this shot.
And it's timeless.
It's timeless.
I agree with you.
I love that shot. And let's just be fair.
She's all glistening, baby oil.
Yeah.
Loved it.
And straight up, Kiefer Sutherland fucks. Kiefer Sutherland fucks in that movie.
Till he dies. No, because of playing that role, Kiefer and
I agree.
And Young Guns, he fucks till he dies.
And doing a voice in Armitage the Third, which was an anime film from fucking like 15, 20 years ago, before anybody knew shit all. Kiefer Sutherland was doing voiceovers for anime films, and I'm a fan of that. It's one of the first DVDs I ever had, and it's the only reason I knew his name.
You know
when I
that
was young.
that one anime with the benders or whatever. Which one is that?
Oh well, it's American, but Last Airbender, Avatar.
The Avatar or whatever.
That was on Nickelodeon.
Oh, was it?
It's
Okay.
not anime though. That's American.
Okay.
No, seriously. This anime is Japanese animation. It's literally not by definition.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
All right. Well,
It's
I thought that
like
I was
it.
gonna say I think that's a
Avatar was good. Also, something I didn't watch until this pandemic, the quarantine is the first time I watched that show. I binged the whole thing. It was actually pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's not bad.
No, and that's something made for kids a decade plus ago that holds up.
Fuck, not the same. It's a fucking cartoon.
I could see the thought process. You're like, why is he saying that?
You know what? Look. There is nothing wrong with the Lost Boys. One.
It's fine. It's fine.
One. And Brandon Lee was a fucking treasure, and The Crow is top tier fucking cinema.
It's good, I guess. I don't know. It didn't blow my dress up, Dane. It just didn't do it for me.
You know what?
I'm sorry. I don't give a fucking comment if you don't like it.
And it takes some fucking 19 million fucking episodes to throw one fucking fireball. Eat dicks. That's not art.
No, I agree. That's annoying as shit. But like Dragon Ball Z, right? Yeah, it took them like 20 episodes for 5 minutes to pass on an exploding planet. I agree. It's the most annoying thing in the world. That's why they've recut the whole thing since. I'm just saying. They learned. They were animating all this shit by hand. Like, I get it.
Like literally nothing happened. Anyway, whatever. Okay.
No, I agree.
I will say this as far as the depictions of vampires in movies. I don't care who you put it up against. Lost Boys, I feel like, had the coolest kind of vampires in movie. And that even takes into account Interview with the Vampire. They weren't all that
count?
Huh?
The TV shows count?
I mean, in movies, because they're not a lot of movies.
Just in films, not TV. All right.
Yeah, just in films. So, like, I mean, that beats out all your Blades, all your fucking. Yeah, I mean, they were probably the coolest ones. After that,
you think Kiefer Sutherland being a little shithead with his blonde hair and stuff is cooler than Wesley Snipes?
Yes.
Is anybody cooler than Wesley Snipes?
Most people that pay their taxes are cool with Wesley Snipes.
Since when is paying your taxes cool?
If pissing your pants is cool, then consider. What did he say? If peeing your pants is cool, then consider me. Fuck.
Oh, he makes like an old reference, right?
Yeah.
Like,
then I'm Dean or something like
that. Or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but no.
Hey, look, everybody! I peed my pants too.
You ain't cool unless you pee. All right, no, fucking. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Blade was cool, but like the way that the Lost Boys were fucking cool, like you wanted to run with them. Like you
wanted to run with them.
Most any like goth vampire.
I was too busy thinking I was gonna be Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 2 in New York.
Holy
slapping
shit.
Joe Pesci around and shit.
Did you enter Home Alone into a fucking Lost Boys conversation? Because goddamn, all right. This is apples to fucking shittier.
Hang on. First off, let's be fair, right? Home Alone came out by the time I was old enough to comprehend Lost Boys, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I think Lost Boys came out the year I was born.
Uncle Buck was still better.
Never saw it. I know, and I've heard it's great. And John Candy, right? I love John Candy.
John Candy was the man.
I've heard it's
great. Why don't you go downtown and find a rat to gnaw that thing off your face? Oh,
I do love John Candy. I do love John. Actually, you know what though? Favorite John Candy movie might be Cool Runnings. And I know John Candy's not. It's not because that's one of those movies that I've seen so many times. So when I think of him, it's the first thing that pops in my head. Although
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles,
maybe
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, bro. That shit'll make you want to cry.
I've seen it once.
Oh fuck! It makes me tear up every time.
Spaceballs is my favorite John Candy.
Spaceballs is up there. Spaceballs is up there. But he's not starring in that. My favorite starring role is Uncle Buck. I never saw it.
Yeah,
you got to see it.
I got to see it. My wife's angry at me for not having seen it.
Because it's amazing.
I can hear it in the tone of her voice.
Because it's fucking
I'm alienating a lot of people with this episode right
Man, bro. Me included, sir.
You know what? Let me show you how many fucks I give, Dane.
Well, that's just fucking fantastic. I guess.
Oh.
I did that for you. I hope this mins our friendship.
Right here, baby. Fucking fantastic. You look
fantastic. What is it? What is that? I don't even know what it is.
Sell makeup remover towels, guys.
Dude, play the commercial. Play the commercial. Can you play the ad?
Not easily. Hang on.
Fuck. All right. Well, while
we'll talk. I'll cue it.
Yeah, while he's finding the ad to cue, this is what I'm gonna say. From now until November, January the 1st, New Year's Day. That's why. My masks at DaneAlexander.com will be 15% off. Use the promo code Familia. That's FAMILIA. It's really fucking easy to remember. Yeah.
I'm still looking. So.
Oh, are you? Cool. All right. And then on top of that, if you've never seen The Crow, one, don't listen to this fuck monkey because it's fucking amazing. It's one of the greatest goth films I think that's ever been put to fucking film. And that's including fucking what's like the gothiest Interview with the Vampire is pretty fucking baroque gothy. Anyway, The Crow. See it. Don't listen to him. See it.
Don't listen to me. I don't know anything about anything. Apparently,
anything about films, even though I have.
I'm just a waste of space, waste of a human here.
So what is this you're about to see? Who is this yellow person?
This is Kelly Rodeo.
Hey, Kelly.
This is a commercial I shot and wrote for my new brand. So yeah, here, watch this and enjoy.
We told unconventional makeup artist Kelly Rodeo that she could use her f***ing fantastic makeup remover towel in the shower. And like everything else she does, she used this information unconventionally.
Love how phallic the handle is.
Yeah.
Wherever you use it, 2, 3, 4. Just get it wet.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's a whole series of those.
So overtly fucking,
Oh God. Yeah,
it.
just the just get it wet thing, and you only need water for it. So that's the gag,
So where do they go to get that shit?
YouLookFF.com.
Boom.
Thumbs up.
I love
check it out. Go on there, and we're adding a whole line of hair care products in January.
Wait, what? I didn't know that.
Fuck yes, sir.
I mean, not that I know fucking everything about your life, but
it's all good, man.
I feel like I would have known that. Like,
and my sister Joey D. Fox. If you don't know who she is, I
don't know who she is.
Going to be our brand ambassador.
She's single.
She's not. Well, no.
Damn.
Maybe. Who knows?
Does she like black guys? Black ice? Does she like black ice?
She don't like you.
Why? What did I do?
Son? You want to die? No, yeah. So my sister's gonna be the brand ambassador for the hair care stuff. So follow her, Joey D. Fox.
Joey D. Fox.
AOEI.
Just kidding, Joey D. Fox.
Anywho, yeah. So I don't really feel like reading any more of this fucking news. It's all depressing. I take that back. I take that back. What? There is one last thing I'd like to talk about that happened. Let's skip the monolith in California taken down by pros, and all this other nonsense. There's a lot of crap we can get into. Yes. Whatever. But let's talk about this one thing before we depart from this episode.
Okay.
A former Israeli space security chief said that extraterrestrials exist.
Say it one more time. Hold on. Say it one more time. Slow it down.
A former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials.
There exist. You go.
What did I slur it?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
A little bit. It's all right.
I was trying to read the next part while saying that part.
I know what you mean.
And Trump, motherfucker. And Trump knows about it, right? And that's why he started Space Force.
What?
This is a real thing. So, all right, from NBC, a former Israeli space security chief has sent eyebrows shooting heavenward by saying that Earthlings have been in contact with extraterrestrials from, quote, a galactic federation. The unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish that they are here because humanity is not ready yet. Said, I don't know how to say this. I apologize if I butchered Bahayim Ashed. What
is this person? Is this a crazy person or is this a sane?
This is a real human being who is the former space security chief of in Israel.
What?
This is a real thing. So, a respected professor and retired general as well said that's the same guy. Is a professor and retired general said the aliens were equally curious about humanity and were seeking to understand, quote, the fabric of the universe. He said, cooperation agreements have been signed between the species, including a, quote, underground base in the depths of Mars, where there are American astronauts and alien representatives. There is an agreement between the U.S. government and the aliens. They signed a contract with us to do experiments here. He also added that Trump was aware of the extraterrestrials' existence and had been, quote, on the verge of revealing the information, but was asked not to in order to prevent, quote, mass hysteria. Also, quoting, they have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are, referring to the Galactic Federation. The White House and Israeli officials did not immediately respond to the NBC's new request. Blah, blah, blah. And the Pentagon declined to comment.
That's all bullshit.
So
that literally sounds like bullshit.
Okay, so this is a real article. This was highly publicized on.
No. I just mean everything that he just said just sounds like he's pulling it out of his ass.
With that being said, have you seen the videos from the Pentagon?
Which videos from the Pentagon? What do you mean?
The videos of the Tic Tacs, the spaceships.
Yeah. And this that the one that
from different fighter jets and stuff.
Yeah. And they were moving in patterns and at speeds
that are impossible for.
Yeah, I did.
All right, so those were really. It's just interesting, and if you're wondering which way I lean towards whether or not this is likely, I have no idea how credible anything he just said is. But if at this point you don't think that there's something after seeing those videos,
they're
because those were confirmed by the Pentagon that they were actual leaks.
Yeah, but
no one on Earth has the technology to do that.
All they confirmed was that they were unidentified. They didn't confirm what they were.
Have you seen, all right, first off, so you ever watched this show Unidentified? You ever seen that before?
I fucking have, yes.
All right, so like John Podesta's on it, like the former dude from the Pentagon, and they went to fucking Skunk Works at Boeing, and the engineer there, and for those of you who don't know, Skunk Works basically is like the creme de la creme of engineers for aerospace, and I think they designed like the stealth bomber or what was it, the S-17, whatever the fuck the thing is. He even said this is technology that, as far as we know, on Earth, no one has anything even remotely close to making this physically possible.
Yeah.
So how do you explain the phenomena?
So I don't assume and fill in blanks with shit that just because.
Well, I'm just curious if you had to come up with some explanation for it. There isn't one rooted in what we are currently knowledgeable about in physics.
I'd need a lot more data to even venture a guess at how I would feel about that, or what I would feel that would make that a possibility. Does that make sense?
I'm just so like so we know that there were spacecraft, aircraft, whatever, fucking some type of flying thing,
something
flying in patterns that are impossible, as far as we are aware, within our comprehension of how physics works on planet Earth, right?
Yeah,
which means that it's not like a Chinese or Russian craft, which would probably be the two most likely culprits for something like that, and they all seem to be placed near American military craft.
But even taking that leap to calling it a craft is a reach, because you haven't made the observation to accurately label it a craft yet.
A flying thing, object,
yes. Craft, object. These are
whatever you call it. How do you explain that?
I don't, because
there's literally nothing in nature.
I definitely don't try to explain it off of grainy video from a fucking pilot's.
Multiple quote grainy videos from multiple pilots.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I'm just saying
it's hard. It's hard to venture a guess.
The shit that we've seen, and by the time we saw it, it was already like 5 years old or older. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, man. There's a lot.
When you know
the truth is out there.
Hey, whatever, dude. The probability, statistically, the probability of there being life elsewhere in the universe,
life, is
high. The probability of there being intelligent life is. I see no reason why we are. First off, we ain't that fucking smart as a species. So I think the probability of there being an even smarter species is pretty fucking high.
The universe is I would say, not so much of our level of intelligence or lack thereof, but just because the universe is a massively, incomprehensibly large fucking place. So
what do you think? There's a shrub somewhere on another planet, and that's it?
Not a shrub, but the organisms can take lots of forms before and be considered life.
Yes. And so, you think we got there first? This is the best the universe has to offer?
No, I don't think one way or the other, because I don't have evidence to support one way of thinking over another. I have evidence to support.
I'm not saying you're confirming that there is.
Could there be? Yeah, there could be unicorns that piss Jack Daniels and shit.
Okay, a little less probable. Yeah. A little less probable.
There could be. I'm not sure. I haven't seen one.
Oh my God. Hang on. First off, you are treating this like a conversation about God, which is a completely different thing.
No, that'd be worse. That would be worse. Let's not even have that.
I agree with you on that.
I need several more alcoholic beverages.
If anything, the Tic Tac videos sort of prove against that whole theory, because that's clearly all man-made nonsense.
Bailey said that who said that we lost the technology
to go. We lost the technology to go.
Thank you, Willie. I'm sorry. I just saw this, but thank you, Willie. I fucking agree.
He says The Crow is an awesome classic.
Yeah. But who said we lost the technology to go to the moon? I don't remember that.
I've never heard that before.
We clearly do. We just sent. Didn't we? Oh, didn't SpaceX just send a ship with supplies up to the space station that they're building around Mars or whatever?
Space station, yeah, but. Yeah. I don't think America has gone back to the moon since Neil Armstrong, right?
Oh, really?
I don't think so. I remember reading something about another country was going to.
I do know SpaceX is doing a lot of shit up there.
They're doing a ton of stuff as far as trying to launch new satellites, resupplying the space station, the International Space Station, in conjunction with NASA. Etc. And they just, I don't know if you just saw, actually, they had a new rocket. It just blew the fuck up upon the entry the other day.
Yeah, I saw
that. But, and it's just funny too, because like the way he words certain things sounds kind of like a Trump tweet. He's like, the belly flop was part of the design, and we knew it was going to happen because it was a 1/3 success rate or whatever. And you're like,
thanks, Elon. Cool.
I still love Musk. He's a crazy person. I
don't love him. I don't hate him. I'm in the middle of the road. I don't love him. I don't hate him. There was a time I felt better about him. I will say that.
Without question. But I mean, he's the closest thing I think we'll have in our lifetime to a real Tony Stark, and I'm just kind of cool with that.
People throw that around, but I don't know.
Well, think about it, right? First off, Tony Stark. Now let's remember the character.
A lot of people far more charismatic and far more.
No. Hang on. You are confusing two things. Right? Robert Downey Jr. is an amazing creature.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. is not Tony Stark. The charisma of Robert Downey Jr.
I'm talking about the comic book Tony Stark.
The character of Tony Stark is a fucking mess. Who also happens to be a billionaire genius. Yeah, who developed incredible technology.
Didn't he like fuck his heart up through alcoholism? Wasn't that the original?
That was one of them. Yeah, he's a massive alcoholic.
Yeah.
Massive alcoholic, Tony Stark. So the fact that we know Elon Musk is a fan of substance abuse and video games. It's a win-win, really.
I don't know.
And he just happens to be a genius engineer. He's not very good with people, but neither is Tony Stark.
He's not a genius engineer. He surrounds himself with genius.
No. Elon
Musk is genius.
Elon Musk is. I believe him to be a genius.
Agree to disagree.
Elon Musk had to get to that point before surrounding himself with people.
Yes, and he did that by making a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, and through his creations.
Yeah, all right.
I'm just saying
through his business endeavors. Yes, absolutely.
Well, no, through PayPal. Creating early online payment transaction systems. Before they were prevalent, when coding was still new, and then engineering the tech he's using for batteries now.
Yeah,
I was saying a lot of it he had to do himself too.
But for sure.
All right. Look, no genius did. Even Albert Einstein had a team with him when they made the atom bomb.
Yeah, well,
To be fair,
I mean,
it doesn't take away from the fact that Einstein, I'm not saying he's Einstein level genius, but
yeah, no, I wouldn't.
No, I don't know that anybody.
I don't know that even that was. I mean, never mind. No, that's not. There's debate. Whatever.
There's levels of genius.
Yeah, there's levels of genius.
There's levels, and there's varying types of genius.
There's Kanye genius. There's Yeezy genius.
Yeah, all right, I'll give you that.
Jimi Hendrix genius.
Same level of crazy. Next level of crazy, and I would say those genius.
Oh, I thought she was gonna do the because she just said I wouldn't say
Elon is a genius billionaire playboy
philanthropist, like what Tony Stark.
Things, but he's not my man's Tony Stark. All right, again, like I said, not Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
Tony Stark in the MCU is without equal, in my opinion. He is my absolute favorite in all of the MCU, and Robert Downey Jr. is a national fucking treasure.
Mine was Killmonger.
What?
Yeah, I loved Killmonger. Loved him.
Out of everybody in the MCU, Killmonger's your favorite.
In the MCU, yeah, I like Captain America in real comics, and I like Wolverine as like a hero. But in the MCU specifically, Killmonger was my shit, bro. Like he was just nonchalantly a fucking like.
Wait, hang on, no, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes. Yeah, right.
The film version of Killmonger is your favorite.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of everybody.
Yeah. Like I like everybody, but like that he made the lasting where I was like, I believe this shit. Like I don't know.
Unlike you, judging me for my opinion of Lost Boys, I'm okay with it.
I like Robert Downey Jr. I mean he sold me on the idea of it in the first place. I was like, there's no way they're gonna do an Iron Man. It's gonna make sense. It's gonna be dumb. It's gonna look stupid. Iron Man suit's gonna be stupid.
All the credit in the world to Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau.
Yeah, he did that.
Jon Favreau is the godfather of all the things that happen.
Can you believe it all started with Swingers?
And Elf.
Like,
did you know that?
I know he directed Elf, but like,
did you know Elf? So I don't know if this is accurate. I saw this, but I think Favreau's first major feature was Elf. He had done one movie before that because I think he wrote.
No, Swingers was first. Swingers
did he direct Swingers?
Yes, Swingers was absolutely. He wrote, directed, and was starring in Swingers. That was his first put him on the map thing, and then after that came Elf.
No,
and
he did not direct Swingers.
He for sure did.
Did not direct Swingers. It was directed by Doug Liman.
Really?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I think Jon Favreau wrote it and starred in it, but he didn't direct it. And that's what I'm saying. So I think the first thing he directed, what was it called? It was like Maid or something. Yeah, it was called Maid. And then the second movie he did was Elf. Then the third movie he did was The Thora, A Space Adventure, which I've never even fucking heard of. And then listen to me, dude, real quick, hang on. This was his trajectory, right? A movie called Maid that I've never heard of. Elf, which is a Christmas classic. Zathura, A Space Adventure, which I've never heard of, and then fucking Iron Man.
Yeah,
that's it. He went from literally Elf, one movie, Iron Man, and created the fucking MCU.
But, so I just say the reason that he was positioned to get any of that shit was because of the level of notoriety and accolades that him, Vince Vaughn, all them got for Swingers. That was like movie is what?
Yes. Yeah. Like I think it was a launching pad for his career in general, as a creative in front of and behind the camera.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
for
sure. It's crazy.
And Swingers is a fantastic film. We agree on.
Like, have you watched it recently? Like since you've lived in LA?
No. I watched it last time I watched it. I was living in Manhattan.
Go back and watch it and like pick out all the spots that you fucking know now.
I do. You know what we're doing that with right now? Entourage. We started rewatching Entourage, and I'm like,
that's a good idea.
You know what? You know what's up, dude? Geisha House. I wish was still a thing because that place looks amazing.
Is it not?
No. Geisha House, I think, turned into Kings and Queens, or what was it? The club in the corner that used to be there. Now I think it's the one with the mullet.
I did not know that.
Rusty something or another.
Rusty Mullet? No. What? What?
Yeah, isn't that where
Rusty,
King's?
First of all, Rusty Mullet closed. Yeah, they got too many reports of like underage drinking and shit.
Yeah, that place I wouldn't literally couldn't pay me to go in there.
Yeah, no, fuck no.
It was what was the place that Pete Wentz owned, right? Kings and Queens or something. That used to be there, and then it was Geisha House before that, I think.
On Hollywood Boulevard?
Yeah.
I did not know that, bro.
If it's the same place, it was the big corner place. It was all red when it was Geisha House, and it was all black when it was Kings and Queens.
Really? That was Geisha? That was where it was?
That was Geisha House.
That's hilarious.
I don't know if that. I mean, I'm like 90% sure that's what I've read in the past. Yeah, looking at the corner, it's rounded, right? Wasn't Kings and Queens rounded? Big rounded building. Yeah. That was Geisha House. It was all red with kanji all over it.
Wow.
And it was fucking wild looking inside. And I was like, yo, I would live at this fucking place. I wonder if that's what inspired Katsuya. We were talking about shit no one who doesn't live here knows.
Yeah, right. You heard this.
We just alienated 99%.
Yeah, we got super local. Sorry, everybody. We got real local. Like, this is
Katsuya is fucking cool though too.
What I do, and also I like going back into movies that I didn't know were shot in LA, and then realizing that they were shot in LA, like Constantine.
All the time.
Constantine shot right here in Hollywood. Like you could tell. It's like
I live in DT. I live downtown, right? Down DTLA. Like I had no fucking idea how much stuff I have watched and currently watched shot like right here. Stumping out. Never mind just shit that's obviously in LA. Yeah. Like the alley, like a block or so from my house, is where the first time you see in The Dark Knight, the fucking his car when the flying one.
Yeah, that's right.
It's literally shot right here. They are filming stuff out.
That's right.
Dude, they film shit on the corners in the streets around here all the time. Car commercials, fucking films, TV shows, like literally they're filming all the time downtown. It's awesome. We even got a notification once because they were doing something with like military exercise style shit, filming it in by the Arts District. Helicopters, a whole fucking wild. Yeah. And then I think the actual military did some exercises here too.
LA. Hey, people, move to LA. You'll be able to have movies shot.
You know, you're saying that. My wife, we might move to Vegas. We've been talking about it.
What?
We're just gonna go to Vegas, man. I'm just gonna move to Vegas. Have you seen the property value out there? It's insane.
It is. Yeah.
I could buy a house for like 5,000 square feet for what I pay in rent here. Less. I'd save money.
Yeah.
You want to move to Vegas, Dane?
I don't think I can do it, dude. I don't think I'd live through it. Bro, I'm be honest. Like, totally I don't know, man. I know a lot of people in Vegas. They're not the best people to fucking know. I love y'all all.
Is LA that much better?
Yeah.
Really?
Bro, yeah.
Like, because I feel like since I left home, Vegas and LA, same people. The biggest difference, a little more chill in LA.
Yeah.
A little more likely to get like
Vegas
a soy frappuccino or whatever the fuck.
It's a sandbox. I don't know. I'm not going to bag on Vegas. There are lots of things about Vegas that I love. I think it's going to change now that even with COVID and all this shit, it's going to be a different place no matter what.
Yeah, everything is.
I think you're right about the property value, but as far as living there, I've been there enough to know that it wouldn't be somewhere that I would like to live. Like,
do we go all the time? And I'm on the fence about it.
Really? Yeah.
You know what? Because here's what I keep thinking, and this is literally like all I want. Because like LA has the same problem as Vegas, and in New York, except for some places in New York. But New York lately, they're like new New York. There's new New York.
Whether old or new or new. You seen Scott Pilgrim?
Nude New York. Everyone's naked. It's great.
Have you seen Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he says. Whether they're old or new or new.
Oh,
there you go. Come on, man. Anyway, go ahead.
Dude, how old is Scott Pilgrim? Shout Edgar Wright, one of the greatest directors to ever.
Edgar Wright in the building.
Hands down, one of the best of all time. One of my all-time favorites.
Love him.
No, I was gonna say so like in LA when I moved out here, I had the same problem in some places in New York. So like New York, a lot of the old spots that have been around forever were shutting down.
Yeah,
you just get squeezed out and all that.
Yeah,
and you see a lot of that in Los Angeles too, where it's like really hard to like go to a place regularly and establish like a rapport with a bartender and like the owner or whoever the fuck, like to make it your spot. I mean, to like cheers it up.
Especially now, because a lot of these places are going to close. Like a lot of them. Are
but I mean, let's say pre-COVID though, it was still like the turnover in most of these places. Yeah, I played Loaded. I loved Loaded.
Loaded too.
I played Loaded too. Dude, I used Loaded was literally I reference it in this fucking song I did, and then before the song even came, the song's not even out, it literally didn't even come out, and we stopped for a while, and I was like, do I need to rewrite this, because I'm talking about that and Lemmy being at the Rainbow, and both of those things were gone within the year I wrote the fucking song.
I hung out with Lemmy so many fucking times, and he would always talk shit about he would talk shit about my hair, but like the first time he said anything to me, he's sitting in his chair
playing the touchscreen game.
Story time. All right. So he's sitting in his chair.
Real quick for everyone who knows, we're talking about the Rainbow Bar and Grill in West Hollywood, and Lemmy from Motorhead, who was basically such a staple there that after he passed, they dedicated like his seat to him. Yeah,
does
he have a statue there?
He has a statue there. Yes. It's outside on the patio. All right. So first time I ever met Lemmy. And like officially met him, he's like sitting at the door, and I'd come to this place and I'd pass by him just a ton of times, like, and didn't know, you know what I mean? Because it's dark, he's older, you know what I'm saying? He's chill, quiet, nobody's around.
You were Ron Jeremy there like 20 times.
Yeah. You didn't realize, like, he didn't make it. Yeah. And so I'm standing at the bar, and by the way, the door where there's a doorway to go like around outside, and it's like a few steps away from the bar. So if you're standing at the bar, you know what I mean? You could talk and you can hear each other.
He's not just sitting there in his cowboy hat the whole time playing the game, going, the ace is made.
Yeah, no. He wears this. He's like wearing this brown fucking leisure suit, right?
He's like a normal dude.
Yeah, one piece. And all of a sudden, I hear this guy go, "Hey, man, I like your fucking hair." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." I'm like, "I like your fucking outfit. I like those fucking boots. You're fucking." And then and I just chop it up with him, whatever. And we leave. We go outside to smoke. And my homie's like, "Yo, you know that's fucking Lemmy, right?" I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here. That's not already be in a bar just sitting here at random." Yeah. I didn't know the story. You know what I mean? I know he lived around the corner. I didn't know that was his
spot. Yeah.
Like, so then from that moment on, like every time I came in, dap him up, hang out, talk shit, blah, blah. Like just the nicest you would never fucking know guy.
Yeah.
Love him. Great
That's
guy.
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that dude. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about. But that's all right. So this is what I'm saying. You know how like Lemmy found his rainbow, right?
Yeah.
Where is that now? Without moving to small town America, where is that? Because LA feels like the turnover everywhere is insane.
Yeah, and they go this route of like it's all rooftop or it's fucking Ponce or it's fucking
and they change bartenders every 6 months.
Like Loaded was kind of like the last rocker bar in this area.
Yes.
Like for a while, for a ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could go up a little further and
no, the only other place this, and for me, the reason no joke, the reason I moved to where I moved when I lived in Hollywood was Velvet Margarita. That was one of the last, because you have there in Burgundy.
Tony loved the Velvet Margarita.
It's still there.
It is.
I love Velvet.
It's not open. It's not. It hasn't been open.
It's not open. No, it's not open.
But they'll probably close.
You know Casey, right?
Yeah, love Casey.
Shout out Casey. Shout out Casey. And this is not an exaggeration when I say this. When I first moved out here, I knew like a handful of people. I've been living with some friends.
How did you not explode? You didn't fuck? Wow.
What?
You were like, when I first moved out here, I didn't fuck. I knew a handful of people.
No, I said I didn't fucking. Oh, did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
I exploded. Everywhere, baby. No, so I didn't know. I didn't fucking. I didn't really know it. Oh, that's what I was saying. I didn't fucking know anybody. I didn't know nobody. I had a handful of friends who moved down from New York and shit. I lived with my boy Peter out in Marina, and then I was like, I need to get into the city. Like, I need to not be because when you live in LA, living in Marina is like being a year away.
You live
in another town, basically. Yeah, because it's just the traffic alone. Yeah, it's insane. So I was like, fuck it, I'm moving into Hollywood like proper. And I'm like, where am I gonna go? Why Hollywood? This and that. And I straight up, this is not an exaggeration. I don't think I've ever even told Casey this. I moved a block away from Velvet on the Sunset and Vine, so I could live next to Casey and Velvet Margarita and go hang out at that motherfucker and just fucking. He would just a big ass pour, cheap ass tacos, hang out all night bullshitting with him. You guys would come through, friend Ashley, whoever, and it was dope. Like, and I had the spot where the bartenders knew me, the door guy knew me, like it was that familial thing that I can't find that anymore.
when he moved downtown, he went to bartend downtown. I was like, damn,
Yeah, Perch.
there's no bartenders really like that. I mean, I was, but still, I was like, it's not the same.
No,
it's just it's different. And real quick before I forget, because it just popped in my fucking brain. Shout out Mark Aces, because Mark Aces had a birthday.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday, Mark. But yeah, fucking yeah. I mean, it's gonna change. It's gonna. I don't know. You're onto something in getting the fuck out of Dodge. I just don't know about Vegas.
No, so like I keep thinking if I'm gonna, because I'm not gonna, like I got friends who want to move to Nashville or are moving to Nashville, and I hear, I don't know. And then same with Atlanta. I know it's a big up and coming spot. I've actually never been to Atlanta. I was supposed to play out there like twice. I've never been. I want to go. I've heard great things. I got friends who moved out there.
Cheeks on cheeks.
I'm married, so that don't apply to me. But
that or for me, that or Miami for the cheeks. At least for a couple of years, I would be like, "Fuck, let's try this out."
That's fair. And that's fair. I you know what? So like when I shot a video out in Sobe, down in South Beach, Miami and shit, and then I went back again a few times, and it just wasn't. I don't know. I feel like the longer time goes on, the less I like it out there.
Really?
And I lived in South Florida for 10 years too. I was younger though, so for me, South Florida to me just feels like I just picture living in soup.
Right.
It's just the hurricanes, rain, humidity, heat. You know, so I'm a little over it, to be honest. But
I've never been in my life though.
Never been to Miami?
No.
Oh, so this summer was supposed to be the first time you were gonna go.
Yeah, but then COVID.
Oh no.
Yeah,
shit.
bro. Yes.
I've been out there a bunch of times, man. Miami's cool. You'd probably have a great time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to live there. Here's my pitch for Vegas, right? Because I'd only want to live in a major city.
Elevator pitch for Vegas.
Elevator pitch for Vegas. I'd only want to live in a major city. I prefer the culture in major cities, the people in major cities. Like I couldn't live in a small town again. Same. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like being around where there's like stuff and things happen, like energy
shit's going on. I'm in the shit.
1,000%. And if I had to choose a view to live in, I'd rather have a skyline if it's a possibility. Personally, I'm not a mountain guy or like.
It's a decent skyline. You know,
I'll take a beach on a vacation and a skyline for like life.
Yeah, it's so much desert. All right, go continue.
All right, you're right. You're right. 1,000, and that's kind of that's one of the things against Vegas for sure is that it's in the middle of literally nowhere.
Right.
But I keep thinking if I'm gonna live in a major city, like I'm not going back to New York because the winters suck.
Can't do that.
I'm not
Chicago. I wouldn't go back to Chicago either.
Yeah, same. So basically, you rule out everything north of us.
True.
Right? Basically everything, because there's a few good cities that you rule everything because winter exists, and I'm already spoiled.
True.
So that ain't happening. So now you have everywhere south, and then it's like, all right. So then you have Atlanta and Nashville, which are the South.
Austin.
Oh, so I've never been to Austin.
Austin's dope.
I've heard it's cool, but to me, when I picture Austin, I picture it's probably a lot like Nashville, which is cool, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I can't speak from experience for Austin. Miami, I've kind of been there, done that. It doesn't appeal to me, and like I said, it's like living in soup, so that you lose me there.
Yeah.
San Diego is up there for me.
You don't want to live in San Diego. You don't
want to live there.
Yeah, you don't want to live in San
Diego.
Sorry. It's same way you feel about Miami is how I feel about San Diego. Like, shout out San Diego. I'm sorry. I love y'all, but yeah, no.
You know what else? San Diego to me is also kind of like it's like a city, but it's spaced out. There's like pockets that are dope.
It's like a small town built like a city. I swear.
Exactly. So that's why. So then it really your options left, right? So if New York's out, because New York to me is one of the greatest cities on the fucking planet. If New York's out, right, you have LA and Vegas,
Boston,
Philly. Fuck you.
I know it's cold.
Fuck you, Philly.
Yeah.
Philly. First off, if I have a choice, I'm from Jersey, and I live in New York.
Shout out Philly. By the way, we're not shitting on anybody's hometown. We're just saying.
I'm half shitting on Philly. I got friends in Philly. I've had great times in Philly. I would not willingly go to Philly. I went to Philly for shows and shit. No,
I like their accent. I fuck with their accent.
I'm also a Giants fan, and we don't play well.
Okay, all right, I get that.
Yeah, same with Boston, man. Fuck you and the Pats. No. So again, the winters and shit, whatever. So I'm not doing it. But you got LA and Vegas, right? And Miami,
and
Nashville and Atlanta, and Austin. So that's like kind of all the options that are left. To me, That's what the fuck I'm saying. So like you kind of whittle it down.
You
So
can't process of elimination, Vegas. I give it to you. Okay.
Right. So now you look into Vegas, right? Everything you'd ever want in one of these other major cities that's too cold exists in only a handful of these places. And I think now you whittle it down to Miami, LA, and Vegas. Like, so like the top tier restaurants and like the transient people with the, high end bars, all that shit.
Weather, got
right?
it.
All right. So now Miami is soup and it's a mix of that. So fuck that. So now you have LA and Vegas, and I'm in LA already.
Sir, that is the most elite elevator pitch I have ever heard for fucking Vegas.
It's the longest elevator. It's not even an elevator pitch anymore. I might have made a
great.
PowerPoint presentation for you, but
I mean, I get it.
And property value in LA is too high.
Here's what I'd do. I'd have property in Vegas. I wouldn't necessarily live there, but I would live in like Spain or Italy real fucking quick.
I
really dipped out. I wouldn't keep it here. I wouldn't keep it in the States.
Hold up. If we're talking about moving out of country, and my wife is 1,000% against this already, but I would move to Tokyo tomorrow. I would learn Japanese and move to Tokyo tomorrow.
Just like
that. This is not even a joke. I have multiple times. I learned a little bit before we went, and I have genuinely considered learning Japanese just to learn Japanese.
Bailey, literally just before you said that, 2 minutes ago. I'm surprised. I'm surprised she hasn't said Tokyo yet.
My girl, she knows.
That's great. I
didn't even see that. No, straight up though, I would love to live in Japan. I don't know about like for the rest of my life, but I would love to live in Japan for like an actual amount of time.
Pamela, I would never move to Phoenix, but I'd consider it because you seem very nice.
So I've been I went out for a film festival and it was better than I expected. It was nice.
Really?
But I wouldn't want to live there. If you've been to like look, after you've been to like New York, Vegas, Tokyo, London, whatever, like then you especially if you lived in any of these places. What's that?
Humble brag.
No, I'm just generally, all right, fair enough.
Fair enough.
But I mean, I would say if you've ever lived, like, especially after living in New York, and shit, like, I'm spoiled. Like, I like knowing that the things that I like are nearby.
Yeah, no, I get that.
No, that's just what
I don't like having to drive fucking 45 minutes through fucking desert and barrenness or cornfields to get to whatever the fuck I want to go to either.
1,000%. I don't care how cheap the houses are. I'll pay rent till I die. And an obscene amount of rent till I die to be able to be near the things that I like. Well, when the world's not, shut down. But like, so I here, and this is kind of the two nails for me, right? In this argument, and then I'll be done with it, right? So the two things. One, all I want, and this is going back to the bar thing, right? All I want, I want to find a spot that I can go to regularly where we know the bartender and it's like the joint, right? Yeah. I want that. Now, I'm not going to find too much of that in any of these major cities because it's kind of a bygone era thing a little bit.
You can't find that downtown, though. Come on. Yeah, it's got to be there.
There's a handful of spots. Shout out Mescalero. That's one of the few joints. But like shout out District. But like we used to go to Shoe Baby a lot, and they change out staff like every 6 months, dude. We used to know the door guy there for like a year. He's gone. All the bartenders inside gone. Fucking, they just change these people. Yes. Everyone cycles too much.
Right.
And I know in Vegas that's not the case. A lot of people actually like you go there for years. Same motherfuckers working PBR Rock Bar since I went 5 years ago.
Because they get paid, but two, because
they can afford to live there.
Well, no, that's all there is. Like you don't go to Vegas to work in a retail store.
Yes.
You don't go to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? That's you're either going there to work in the industry. Period. That's all. That's the majority of all.
And reasons aside, it is just a fact of the situation.
Or be a whore, which is okay.
Or be a whore, which good on you. So like fucking, you got people there, but you got people there who are like long stays, right? As long as the place stays in business, the same folks are usually there for a while, at least in my experience. Yeah. So I want, and for some reason it doesn't. I want it now. I want a cigar bar that plays jazz and serves high-end booze with food or food adjacent.
There was that place here actually. What was it called? It was like a speakeasy cigar bar. You remember it?
The Pounds.
No. It was from the same guy that owned No Vacancy. It was called. It was like a Spanish name.
The Spanish one.
It was like a Spanish name.
Gone?
I don't.
I think it's still there, but it's not a cigar bar. I mean, it is and it isn't.
It's like a cigar bar. Like they had a
you
whole
could
big
smoke
cigar.
like on the deck or some shit, right?
Yeah, but they had like a whole cigar selection as well.
That's like 7th and Grand here. That's not what I'm saying. So when you go to
when you go
to Vegas, Macanudo. I'm just saying, what is it? Monte Cristo's in Vegas at the Caesars, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been?
Wait, where?
All right, you know, you've been to Caesars?
I've been to Caesars, yeah.
All right, you know the restaurant, the one with the giant ship sticking out of it? It's like half a fucking boat sticking out the front of the restaurant.
Yes, I was fucked up there.
Okay,
yes.
Right next to that, there's a cigar bar, a lounge called Monte Cristo's.
Yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay, I've never been in that, but I've seen it. That place
alone. It's I would go there just to watch the Giants games on the fucking weekends or something. Like it would just be nice to have that nearby. But here's what I really want. I'm just saying that it's an example of something what I'm talking about existing there already, and I know of 2 other spots. But where's like an old school, like I don't know, cabaret, fucking where's like a jazz singer, sultry jazz pianist, singer, fucking something going with some booze and a smoke and a show.
We talked about this last weekend.
I want that, and I want the door guy to know who the fuck we are. I want to show him. I want my wife and I show up all fancy and be fun. Like have that on the weekend and then work all week.
Put a dub in his breast pocket and just.
The fuck I'm saying.
Thanks, Vito.
What happened to that? It doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist.
LA squeezed it out.
I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened to it. They kicked the mob out of a lot of these cities, bro. That's what happened.
True. Italians make everything better.
I mean, you're not wrong. I agree.
I know you do. You better.
I contribute. Shit.
Paisan, you better.
Fucking. But yeah, that's a lot of it. A lot of the organized crime and shit. The element that made that shit okay, like made it enjoyable, was like booted. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to get shot, but I want to have a cigar and a nice stiff drink and some classy entertainment.
Can't have your cake and eat it too, there, guy.
I want to go to the Viper Room every night.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Viper's dope.
Viper's okay. That's not what it was.
I did that.
Yeah,
I did it. I was on the stage for most of it. And it's great. And I want to do that, but that exists there too.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of it. So I'm just saying and then the second thing, and this is the easiest thing, dude, is like, we're thinking about maybe want to buy a house or something. Yeah. And like tomorrow, if I could, money not an option, I'd probably get a house in the Hollywood Hills, somewhere near like the.
Really?
Personally, I've always
wanted. Getting out of there is gonna suck for you.
What's that?
Getting in and out of there is what the shitty part is.
Dude, I work from home.
Yeah, it's true.
Where the fuck am I going? And I want to live somewhere near like the West Hollywood Strip, right by the Sunset Strip. Yeah. So where am I going? I'm going to the bar at the bottom of the street. And everything else gets delivered. If this pandemic has showed me anything, is that I don't really leave the house that much with or without a pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not touring anymore. I'm not playing gigs as much as I used to, even before this started. You know, I want a gig more and shit, but then it doesn't matter where the fuck I live. So I'm just saying, but it costs too much. The fucking cost of living out there is insane.
Wow. Yeah.
Multi-millions. You know,
like those houses are stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like $1 million house in LA is.
I love going to parties at them and fucking the house up though, just on principle. But
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Oh man, and it's so great when like this one time I go to this party in the hills and like you walk into the kitchen, right, and the kitchen is like 4 white walls. There is nothing in the kitchen, right? It's just 4 like porcelain white walls, and I'm like, yo,
why is it a kitchen,
bro? Wait. They told me liquor was in here. What the fuck? And there's a fucking like, I don't know. She was like a bartender, cleaning lady, butler, whatever the fuck, dressed all whatever that knows the house. She's like, oh, goes up, deet, taps the fucking thing. Fridge slides out, deet, taps this fucking thing. The freezer slides out of the fucking bottom. So everything is pressed. It's like recessed. So you can't, bro. I was like, yo, I get it. But I'm fucking this place up because I can't have it. I was so mad.
Pretentious motherfucker.
This is when I was like just onto the scene. I was still a fucking knucklehead at this time. I was like, we're you way back 2 years ago. Whatever the fuck ever. It was a fun party though. I got wasted. This chick threw up in the hot tub, and
like you do.
Then something happened by the pool. Anyway,
I'm just saying, waking up in the morning, right, and stepping outside to like an infinity pool with a view of all of Los Angeles.
True.
That's the life.
I'll give you that. I went hiking up there with Rocky, and I seen this guy. We actually saw this guy at an infinity pool. It was like right there at the base, like the hills, just right where it gets cool at. And this motherfucker, he's going out on his deck, and he jumps into his pool and shit. I'm like, man, that motherfucker, right there, you fuck. You definitely fuck.
You definitely fuck. I'm just saying, you walk out. I can't imagine a better place to do that in the United States, anyway. Right?
Yeah.
That's the spot to do that. If I could, I'd have a house in the hills, a pool, a view. The rest of it's whatever, but in a decent sized spot. But it costs a small fucking fortune. I mean, $4 mil, $3 mil for something nice.
Not even small. You're in a full fucking fortune at that point.
You're in a full, $3-4 mil. I mean, you're looking at like an obnoxious. Don't get me wrong. We already pay an obnoxious amount here for rent and shit. So like we were looking, it's not. It's not.
In LA is an obnoxious amount for rent. Period.
1,000%. It's just not feasible. So we're looking around. It's like where a buddy of mine said, have you ever looked at property in Vegas? And I have friends who live in Vegas and shit. Like one of my best friends. I've never looked. I never thought about it.
Can I level with you? I'd be kind of sad, bro.
Move to Vegas then.
I'd miss both of you.
So come.
So fuck it. Let's go.
Come on.
Shit. All right. Look, this is
the place we're looking at has a guest house.
Like, have you ever seen the OC?
I'm a very generous landlord.
You ever seen the OC?
What's up?
Have you seen the OC?
No.
Damn it.
I'm familiar with it.
Because Ryan lives in the fucking pool house. Never mind. Now I'm really making a nerd of myself, right? Never mind. Forget it.
Nerd.
Forget it. The OC was some classic shit though, but whatever. Anyway.
I never watched it. I'm not a reality TV show guy.
We'll discuss it offline.
All right. Maybe. But yeah, dude, fucking property. Like we were looking, without getting into specific numbers and stuff, for paying less than I pay for rent right now. Yeah. I could have buy a house. Same. That is 2.5 to 3 times the size of my current apartment, with like a 3-car garage and a pool and a hot tub and a guest house and a pool house. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And dude, it's less than 10 minutes from the Bellagio.
And you're making money off of it.
And you own it, instead of throwing your money into a fiery pit. So that's I'm not saying we're going to. My wife works out here, so it's tough. We'll see, but we floated the idea, and now I can't stop thinking about it.
And these are the days of our LA lives,
indeed. And I love it.
We have it so tough.
It's first world problems, guys. First world problems.
By the way,
I might be jobless in 6 months if y'all don't go buy some makeup towels. So
for real, she said, "Stay the fuck away from Missouri." Bailey said that. Yes, it's a pit. You're right. Also, stay the fuck away from Gary, Indiana, forever. Fuck it till and Harvey
and Jackson, Michigan.
Yes. And I better talk to Rocky first. Rocky already lived in Vegas.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, see, Rocky would 1,000% live in Vegas.
But he didn't like it. He
gambled. Like it?
He said you gamble a lot because there's a casino where there's
I don't have a problem with that.
Gambling everywhere. He didn't either. But he's like, there's gambling everywhere you fucking go. So it's like when you're sitting somewhere doing something, you'll start playing fucking Keno or some shit.
Nah, fuck out of here, dude. I literally we go to Vegas, like my wife and I, for like our anniversary every year and shit. And I'll go a full week there and never even touch a fucking table or anything. I go there to eat and drink and smoke and sit in the pool.
I'm playing blackjack if I walk by the bitch.
I do love me some blackjack though.
Bro, like especially the drunker I get, the more I'm like, fuck it, put 10 in black.
Hit me.
Like, we'll see.
You better split those, motherfucker. You better split those. Just yelling at somebody else.
Not knowing what the fuck you're talking about.
Not knowing at all.
Split 6.
What? Fucking up the cards. Fucking them up.
Yeah, fucking up everybody else at the table.
All right. All right, let's call it. You want to call it?
We're like, we're 45 minutes over. Sorry, guys, if you're still on, we appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so we're going to call it here. We are Failure Made Monsters. This is Failure Made Monsters. You're watching Failure Made Monsters. You're listening to Failure Made Monsters.
Oh, my God, Failure Made Monsters.
Failure Made Monsters. That's enough plugs. Go to FailureMadeMonsters.com if you want to watch past episodes or listen to past episodes, which are also available in audio form only on all major podcast networks, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Our guest next week, I believe, is hopefully Frankie Ray, a.k.a. Danny Cruz. We will also be streaming on our Twitch at Santi the Misfit and Dane the Great for some Call of Duty, some Warzone action. So tune in for that.
I've never played that game.
It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I play all the time. I love that fucking game. So it's gonna be dope.
Just tell me where to go.
I will. I'll tell you where to go. Away from me, motherfucker. Don't get me killed in this game. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. So tune in, check it out. Thank you everybody for watching. Also, if you haven't already, and I don't know how at this point you've been watching us for 2 hours and haven't heard it, but go on YouTube and look up The Bottom Line is the Bottom Line by me and Dane. Watch that video. Give that shit a like, a share, a little comment. Leave us some sweet lovins. And you can go to mainstreammisfits.shop and shop for some mainstream Misfits and Failure Bay Monsters merchandise.
Keep us in houses in the hills.
Yeah. Keep us in houses in the hills that we can't afford and dream about. Right? Allow us to dream realistically.
Allow us to go to parties and fuck shit up at houses in the hills.
Absolutely. And obviously, don't forget to get some of that Dane Alexander merchandise.
DaneAlexander.com.
And some makeup remover towels at youlookff.com. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm out. I'm done.
Good. Yeah,
I'm feeling good about it.
I'm pulling out. Putting it on the stomach. We're good.
Pulling out right on her stomach, man. A little bit gets in her eye. That's her problem. I'm just saying. That's her problem. Maybe your hair. Wash it through.
I didn't come here to hold your fucking hand.
That's what I'm saying. But you know what? I am selling hair care products. So skeet.